Man, it doesn't take long to get to the bottom of information that we're seeking, right? Yesterday with Donald Trump and his goofy kids announcing TrumpMobile.com, that this is American-made service and American-made products. We're learning that that's just not the case. In fact, yesterday I made a prediction in my video when I covered this item, got 48 or 50 seconds or so for you, of my prediction that I made yesterday that, wow, who knew that just hours later would absolutely come true. And look, I'll just make a prediction here since we're only, a few minutes in here. Here's the prediction. Once this does roll out and they bilk MAGA World for $500 a piece, making themselves probably hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, then all the complaints will roll in about what a garbage piece of shit product this is that does not work. I think it's likely, not just possible, but probable, that these phones will not be entirely made in the United States. Certainly components will be foreign. This could be why Donald Trump exempted certain telecommunications products from the tariffs, because he doesn't want to pay those tariffs. Right? Two things I said there, I got a little pushback for, is how can you say you don't know? I said, well, yeah, I don't know. I'm just making a prediction. That's what it is. It's a prediction. It's not that I know. If I knew, I wouldn't need to make a prediction, right? So one predicted it's not made in America. I'll show you some reporting here. I'll just read you the headline now for the Daily Beast. Trump's new all-American smartphone is made in China. Trump Mobile is off to a rocky start. The other thing I said in that clip that people push back on is that Donald Trump didn't provide a carve-out for telecommunications devices. That's wrong. He didn't do that. He's not taking advantage of policy that he puts himself into place. What? What do you mean? Except for the fact that he did. This is the headline from April. Trump exempts smartphones and computers from new tariffs. Curious, no? That Donald Trump in April, I'm sure this deal was in the works. It takes a long time to stand up an operation where you can manufacture a smartphone. That he knew they were going to go into the smartphone business, so he exempted his own product that was going to come to market. Now, back to the Daily Beast article. Actually, let's do this. The other thing that happened yesterday is in all of the interviews that I watched of the goofy sons, both Don Jr. and Eric Trump, I only showed Eric Trump interviews yesterday, but in all these interviews, they're being real cagey, real shifty, not real forthcoming about what the details are about this phone that they purport sloppily that it's made in the United States. Here's a brief clip of Don Jr. on with the Russian check casher, Benny Johnson. He's all about America first, except for all of the hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars that he was paid by the Russian intelligence operation to provide disinformation during this last election. He's asking about, made in America. Why'd you choose St. Louis to make these phones in America? And I want you to pay attention because Donald Trump Jr. absolutely avoids explicitly saying that the phone is made in America. He doesn't say it. He shifts to call centers in America, and then he starts talking about the phone again. But pay attention at the end of it, when he's talking about the phone, he doesn't explicitly say it's made in America. Watch this.
A brand new Trump device made here in the United States of America. St. Louis. Why did you pick St. Louis, Don?
Well, listen, we're going to be having call centers for Trump Mobile in St. Louis, so we're keeping our data onshore. We're going to be manufacturing the phones. Again, you can keep your existing phone, obviously, if you want to, but if you want, American hardware built by Americans here in America without the potential, let's call it, backdoor into the hardware that some of our adversaries may have installed in there. It's really about everything we're doing, Benny. It's America first, making sure our things are as secure as they can, create value for people in America, create jobs for Americans. We're just excited about it.
That doesn't inspire confidence that this is an American-made phone. Again, back to the Daily Beast now. Trump's new all-American phone is made in China. Trump Mobile is off to a rocky start. The new all-American smartphone being sold by President Trump's family is reportedly manufactured in China. The just launched Trump Mobile is selling a gold iPhone lookalike for $499, despite the device's base model, albeit without the gilded trim or Trump branding, being available on Amazon for just $169, according to Apple Insider. That's amazing. They're selling, I mean, this is like a Temu phone. It's like the reverse of Temu. It's the reverse of Wish.com, where you buy something for super cheap and it comes and it's shitty. This is, you buy something that's super cheap and shitty, but you're paying triple the cost for it. 5 times the cost for it. In true Donald Trump spirit. The new phone, named the T1, was introduced by the president's sons with a promise that it would be manufactured in the United States. However, Eric Trump quickly had to temper expectations that the first Trump phones would be produced stateside. Eventually, all the phones can be built in the United States of America. Did you catch that one? Eventually, all the phones can be built in the United States of America. The president's second born and arguably less goofy son told right-wing podcaster Ben Shapiro, "We have to bring manufacturing back to America. So our ethos is built for America by Americans. Do it cheaper. Do it better." Or just log on to Amazon and buy a $169 phone, spray it with spray paint, and turn around and sell it for $500. The American dream, everybody. That confirmed cynicism that Trump Mobile can manufacture a smartphone in the United States by August, which is the shipping date promised to those who pre-ordered the device. No major smartphone is manufactured in America, a point that recently came up as Trump threatened to impose steep tariffs on tech companies that manufacture products in Asia, such as Apple. Quote, "The T1 phone may be modded in the USA," Apple Insider wrote. "It certainly wasn't designed or assembled in the United States." The Trump Organization, shocking here that when reached out for comment, the Trump Organization, which is owned by the president but run by his eldest sons, did not respond to a request for information about where initial T1 phones are being produced. Weird that they don't want their MAGA crowd to know that they're shilling a Chinese-made phone, just like all the other Trump crap that's manufactured, from the stupid watch with the second hands and the logo on the face that falls off, to the lighting, to the water, to the it's all just a nightmare of hypocrisy brought to you by Trump International, TM. MAGA fans purchasing the T1 may not realize they are buying a product that was manufactured abroad. The Trump Organization's press release about the device claimed that it is, quote, "designed and built in the United States," and its website boasts that the company operates on all American performance. The Trump Organization told the Wall Street Journal that, quote, "manufacturing for the new phone will be in Alabama, California, and Florida, just not yet, apparently." You see, this really does dovetail into the topic at hand about the tariffs, too, because Donald Trump, they always talk about bringing manufacturing back, but it takes time to stand up a manufacturing operation, whether that be a food processing plant or bringing the steel industry back or making cars here or name a product. If we don't have a factory, you can't do it overnight. You can't do it in a week. You can't do it in a month or 6 months, maybe even a year or 2 years. It takes a lot of time to get an operation like that running, as evidenced by the fact that the dopey Trump kids and our dopey Trump president can't do it themselves. So they're acting like they're going to sell this phone made in America, but it's actually made in China because they're liars and grifters and charlatans and hypocrites. They don't care. Their creed isn't to make things in America. Their ethos is not to make sure everything's powered by America. It's all buzzwords meant to stir the patriotism or fake-triotism of MAGA world into separating them from their $500. Anyway, what do you think? I would appreciate your feedback here. Getting good at these predictions, right? Anyway, you can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. It is hard being this good at predictions. Real hard. It weighs. Heavy is the crown. Anyway. If you want to help support me in my predictions, you can support this work by becoming a channel member for $2. Click the join button below for information on that. You can also go to Patreon. I'm reveling in my jokes and I'm losing my train of thought. You can also go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast and check out how to support there. All of it goes a long way to supporting this work. I know $2 doesn't seem like a lot, but if I'm able to marshal the size of my audience and a fraction of those who are subscribed were to support, man, we could fundamentally change what we're doing here. Anyway, I love and appreciate you very much. Follow me on social media. I am at Dollemore, and I will see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.